Speaking section. The speaking section tests your ability to communicate in English in an academic setting. During the test, you will be presented with 4 speaking questions. The questions ask for a response to a single question, a talk, or a lecture. The prompts and questions are presented on time. You may take notes as you listen, but notes are not graded. You may use your notes to answer the questions. Some of the questions ask for a response to a reading passage and a talk or a lecture. The reading passages and the questions are written, but the directions will be spoken. Your speaking will be evaluated on both the fluency of the language and the accuracy of the content. You will have 15 to 20 seconds to prepare and 45 to 60 seconds to respond to each question. Typically, a good response will require all of the response time and the answer will be complete by the end of the response time. You will have about 17 minutes to complete the speaking section. A clock on the screen will show you how much time you have to prepare each of your answers and how much time you have to record each response.
You will now be asked a question about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to plan your response and 45 seconds to speak.
Should individuals prioritize immediate stable employment over waiting for a more satisfying job?
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a conversation on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passages. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below.
Listen to 2 students discussing this article.
Hey, did you hear about the university's plan to switch to electronic textbooks?
Yeah, I did. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I understand the cost-saving aspect, but I'm worried about the convenience and experience of using digital textbooks.
I get your concerns, but I think it's a great idea. I've used electronic textbooks before, and they offer a lot of benefits. For one, they are much cheaper than physical textbooks. I remember spending a fortune on books last semester, and it was a financial strain. With electronic textbooks, we can save a significant amount of money.
I see your point on the cost, but I find physical textbooks easier to navigate and study. Plus, what if I can't access reliable internet or my device runs out of battery during class?
That's a valid concern, but think about it this way. Electronic textbooks are searchable, and you can easily find specific information or keywords. You can also highlight and make notes directly on the text, which makes studying more efficient. As for the internet issue, most universities have Wi-Fi access on campus, and you can download the textbooks for offline use. I've used electronic textbooks in the past, and it was a game changer for me regarding organization and studying.
I never thought about it that way. It could be beneficial if the university provides proper support and ensures reliable access to electronic textbooks.
The woman expresses her opinion about the proposal described in the letter. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state her opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion.
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a lecture on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passage. After you hear the question, you have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below. You may begin reading now.
Now listen to part of a lecture in a biology class. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating concept of collective intelligence in insect swarms. Insects like bees and ants demonstrate remarkable problem-solving abilities through their collective behavior. For example, let's consider the behavior of a bee swarm when searching for a new nesting location. Each bee follows simple rules, such as detecting the scent of pheromones left by other bees. When a bee finds a promising location, it returns to the swarm and performs a waggle dance to communicate the direction and distance of the potential nesting site. Other bees pick up on these cues and, through a decentralized decision-making process, collectively evaluate and choose the best site. This example highlights how individual bees contribute to the collective intelligence of the swarm, enabling them to make complex decisions as a group. It's truly fascinating to witness the power of collective intelligence at work in these insect communities.
Explain how the example from the professor's lecture illustrates the concept of collective intelligence.
You will now listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked a question about it. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
Listen to part of a lecture in an archaeology class.
Today, we will discuss the developments that allowed ancient Roman cities to expand. The expansion of Roman cities was facilitated by two key strategies: urban planning and infrastructure. Firstly, let's consider urban planning. The Romans were pioneers in city planning, using grid systems and well-defined layouts to organize their cities. For example, the city of Pompeii showcases a well-designed grid system with straight streets intersecting at right angles, allowing for efficient movement and easy navigation. This deliberate urban planning not only accommodated population growth, but also enhanced the overall functionality of the city. Secondly, the Romans invested heavily in infrastructure. They constructed an extensive network of roads, aqueducts, and bridges, which played a crucial role in connecting cities, facilitating trade, and enabling the movement of goods and people. The Appian Way, an ancient Roman road, is a remarkable example of their engineering prowess. This road connected Rome to the port of Brundisium, spanning over 500 kilometers. The combination of urban planning and robust infrastructure enabled ancient Roman cities to expand and flourish.
Using the examples from the lecture, explain two ways that developments allowed ancient Roman cities to expand.